What's up everyone, it's TheRazoredEdge, and today we're here to bring you guys a brand new Gears of War video. So as you can see in front of us here, I have a very special package to open for you guys. We are soon approaching the launch of Gears Tactics, and what tends to happen that sometimes I'm lucky enough to get sent some cool little packages from Xbox. The lovely team at Xbox sent over this package. I got an email quite recently, and this was sent over extremely fast, so thank you to everyone at Xbox that made that happen. So as you can see on the box here, this is actually called a Pelican case, but the branding on the front of it there is Gears Tactics and Intel. So this is obviously some kind of partnership between Intel Gaming and Gears of War Coalition, Xbox, Microsoft, that whole thing. And then I'm actually recording this commentary kind of post-production just to test that out. I'm always kind of changing the style of how I do my kind of unboxing videos, but I lift this up to the camera here and it just refuses to focus, so I'll probably insert kind of a secondary shot in here. But it says on the red label there on the top, it says genuine Pelican case, and that's some kind of anti-air pressure button. So if there's air kind of pressured up inside, built up inside, you can press that and it releases it, which is pretty cool. But we open up the two latches here to see what goodies are inside, and this thing, I must say, it weighed probably a little bit more than an Xbox One X console, which was quite exciting, obviously, because, you know, it's heavy. Obviously the expectations for what kind of goodies are inside kind of it rises up there a little bit. But I'm trying to set up it perfectly for the shot here, and then we eventually lift it open with great anticipation. I'm always excited for anything Gears of War related, so we get a good preview there. The presentation on these is always super amazing. We have you know, all this kind of red confetti in there. That seems to be a common thing with these Gears of War partner and Xbox kind of PR packages, but it's in there to kind of like represent you know, gore in Gears of War. So the first thing I pick out there is this processor from Intel called the Intel Core i7-8086K processor, 8th gen limited edition. This will be an upgrade for me, and I can say one thing: I'm quite I have a little bit of experience on building PCs. Like, I put mine together with the help of a friend, and I'm pretty confident with most of it now, especially in the last few months. But the one thing I kind of dread is replacing the processor. But with Gears Tactics coming up, I probably will have to bite the bullet and just get stuck into that. So that definitely will be going into my PC at some point in the future. And then next here, we start getting stuck into what looks to be a mouse pad. Well, I'm saying looks to be a mouse pad. It is a mouse pad. It is the cover art for Gears Tactics. It is, in fact, a Razer mouse pad. I think it's a small medium size. I actually have a mouse pad from Razer that covers my entire desk. I actually have a lot of Razer peripherals, or Razer accessories. Peripherals probably was not the right word to use, but a lot of Razer accessories. I have their mouse, their Gears of War keyboard. If I can have anything Gears of War related in my setup, I'll absolutely have it. So that's cool to have there as well as a spare mouse mat. Or if I end up getting a second PC for my setup, I'll definitely end up using that as well. So here I'm starting to think about clearing away some of the confetti, and then I'm kind of noticing that there's something kind of inside this. Is this called sugar paper? I believe it is. It's kind of like a dress paper for presents and stuff. But I open this up and I'm trying like to figure out, I don't want this to slide out and end up losing it and end up knocking over the camera and such. This is like a new camera setup I have, so I was just like dreading fumbling this somehow. We have this like small little USB stick. I've yet to figure out what is on it. I'll probably put on the screen like in text what it was, unless I'm not supposed to. So depending on what you guys see on the screen right now, it actually refused to focus, so you'll see some kind of screenshot of some sort that shows you what exactly is on it. But there's like a small Gears Tactics logo on there, so it has something on it. I'm not sure if it's a copy of the game, maybe some videos of some sort, something like that. I'm sure I'll figure it out. All right, and then getting back to what's wrapped up in this paper, it is the brand new Gears of War Bloodlines novel that is a prequel to Gears of War and ties into Gears Tactics story. It kind of dives into, you know, who Gabe Diaz is, his ties with Kate. Obviously, Gabe Diaz is Kate's father, as far as we know. and that's a look at the novel there. I love that there's more new expanded lore coming out for the Gears of War universe as we move forward in the franchise. You know, there was a bunch of comic books back during the original trilogy days that I didn't really get stuck into until later on, so it's nice to have that now and experience them as they release. And then I start with a bit of cleanup here on some of that Gears of War gore that's in the box here, so we can start diving into what's left in the bottom of this little Pelican case here. Alright, then next is some kind of, it looks like a kind of a file thing, and inside is actually a letter from the Coalition themselves, and I'm always kind of unsure about showing what's in this kind of stuff in case there's some kind of information they don't want me to share. But I will read some of the letter to you guys because I think it ties in pretty well with, you know, it's a nice little message from the Coalition and Splash Damage here. So it says, "Dear Gears friends and partners, we're honored to share Gears Tactics with you. The game before you is fast-paced, turn-based strategy game in the Gears of War universe. You will experience a personal war story that will take you 12 years before the first Gears of War game, playing as Gabe Diaz to hunt down Ukon, a monster who makes monsters. And before you jump in and start recruiting your squad to take down massive bosses to save humanity, just a couple of notes. No one person created this game. It's the result of hundreds of talented and passionate people at the Coalition and our partners at Splash Damage, with the support of their families, coming together to build something they truly believe in, and it's only possible through the support of our fans. We hope you enjoy the whole experience." And I have to say, as a Gears fan, I really appreciate the fact that the Coalition, Xbox, Splash Damage, Microsoft got this game out during, you know, the current state of the world. It's really nice to, like, you know, have more Gears of War as we're all kind of in lockdown together. So I have to say hats off to everybody for making this happen. And also in that kind of small file, there were some promotional stickers. There was a message from PC Gamer. There is an assortment of codes, including 6 months of Game Pass Ultimate. And I'll probably be giving that out to someone in the comments down below. So make sure you leave a comment if you're interested in Game Pass Ultimate, the Game Pass Ultimate code, and I'll be sure to pick a random person in the comments. And there's a couple more stickers, and then also there's actually a code for Gears Tactics itself. So I actually have my review copy already, so I'll be giving this code out on my social media. More than likely it will be Twitter, so if you're not following me already, my Twitter is @TheRazoredEdge, the same as my YouTube channel, my gamer tag, pretty much my username on everything. So if you're interested in this Gears Tactics code for Windows 10, be sure to follow me on Twitter @TheRazoredEdge. Alright, and then next up, the next thing in the Pelican case is a Gears Tactics full-size poster. It's kind of another variant of the cover art with Ukon on the top. I try my best here to get the poster in frame as much as I can. Obviously, I'm still experimenting with how to, you know, maneuver a camera. I really need to get a rig that kind of fits over the top of my table a lot better. I'm literally using a tripod and kind of tipping it forward just to get the camera up and above. But you can get a good idea of what it's like. It's the cover art with a couple of Corpsers, Brumax. You have the new squad, or technically old squad there, and the Gears Tactics main branding up at the top. So pretty similar to actually what you can see on the next thing coming up here. Alright, so after picking off a couple more of the last pieces of Gears of War gore, here is the final piece of the puzzle, the final little addition to our Gears of War PR package here, which is the Gears Tactics, the Art of the Game art book. I always really appreciate getting this kind of stuff. I'm super interested in the art design, especially since, like, you know, the early days of Gears 1, Gears 2, hearing the original, you know, our team talk about, you know, all of the Locust designs and just how that's thought about is super cool. So we're kind of traveling back in time here almost, because we're getting some brand new Locust designs here. That's the Disciple on the back right there, here in Gears Tactics. But this was a super cool package. Like I said, I'm always super grateful when I get opportunities like this, you know, from Xbox, Microsoft, the Coalition. It couldn't happen without the support from you guys, and just kind of making sure I'm not missing anything there in the bottom of the case. But yeah, that has been everything in the package, guys. I hope you enjoyed these like little package opening experiences. I still find them quite surreal as a Gears fan that I get the opportunity to do stuff like this. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, you know, subscribe to the channel for all future Gears tactics, Gears of War, Gears 5 related content. I'll be doing a playthrough of Gears Tactics on my channel in full, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. And you know, thank you to Xbox, Microsoft, you know, Intel Gaming for doing the partnership with Gears Tactics to, you know, make that little processor item happen in there as well. It's super, super cool, and the presentation was top notch. So thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next time.